Hi, I'm Dwayne King.
And I'm Jennifer Fordsmith. Welcome back to our AML Microlearning series. We're pleased to have on our show today Peter Warrack.
Peter, we're really excited you can be here today. In Canada, you're an AML figure. I think globally, you're an AML figure. And you and I have had the opportunity to work together on some really cool AML investigations since 2008. So I want to thank you for taking the opportunity to come on our show today.
First Bitcoin seizure in Canada, Dwayne.
You and I.
Thanks so much, Peter. Could you tell us a little bit more about public-private partnerships and their importance?
Sure. PP3s, as we call them, certainly over the last 3 or 4 years in Canada, have really been the only way forward. As a result, the regulator has published really important and useful, comprehensive operational alerts for us all, for the financial sector, and they expect those to be followed when they come in to conduct a regulatory exam. And I think it carries a long way towards your final assessment as to how you do if you're seen to be proactive in this respect.
So what I'm hearing, at least in the Canadian AML landscape, these public-private partnerships, they're treated very seriously by our regulator, FINTRAC. How are they looked at globally?
I think similarly, certainly in the UK, particularly on the Modern Slavery initiatives, Modern Slavery Act there. In the US, for instance, there's huge emphasis on human trafficking, fighting human trafficking, and opioid trafficking for that matter. So I think they're looked on very importantly.
And certainly the human trafficking piece and Project Protect have been a focus here. Could you tell us a little bit more about some of the other sub-projects?
Yeah, it's a natural progression working together. So Project Chameleon quickly followed Project Protect, and all of these are ongoing, by the way. They never stop. And they're all no-cost initiatives to implement by a bank, for instance. So Chameleon, elderly abuse, Project Guardian, the opioid crisis in Canada, which is huge, as you know. Project Organ, the problem of humans being trafficked for their organs around the world, and Canadians traveling abroad to receive one of these. So those are the main projects, the sub-projects. Yeah.
So we know that Project Protect was a human trafficking component that started here in Canada, but I understand there was a very big step forward taken in New York on Friday. Maybe you could tell us about that, please.
Yeah, huge. So for the last couple of years, the UN have been working on an initiative to address human trafficking and other forms of trafficking as it relates to the financial element of that and how banks, etc., can help in particular. On Friday, they published their blueprint. It's not just a report, it's a comprehensive blueprint which can be found at fasinitiative.org on this. And I'm really proud to say that one of the major Canadian banks has the lead on restoring financial inclusion for victims, for instance, who've had their credit busted out by the trafficker. So helping victims open accounts, etc. That's Canadian-led.
So what other projects are coming? I know you were speaking online about a new one that's underway.
Mm-hmm. I think firstly, I'd like to give credit to Canada's Timya Naji, who led to Project Protect. She's a survivor, as you know. But following on Timya's path, as I entered into the crypto space, I realized that FATF have this requirement coming in to file SARS, which is perfectly reasonable. But there was no guidance as to what constitutes suspicion in the space. So as a newly appointed Chief Compliance Officer, I wanted to know what I should be looking for. So I put together all the major exchanges and others in the world, and we kind of figured it out, did SAR regression and things like that. And in mid-October, we're going to officially be publishing Project Participate, which will be available to law enforcement, ACAMS members, other trusted individuals around the world to help them drive their transaction monitoring design programs and also their training.
So really that Project Participate and the indicators of suspicion for cryptocurrency transactions or virtual asset service providers is going to be key reading for anyone in the AML space in Canada or even globally.
Absolutely. It's not just crypto exchanges. Banks onboarding, offboarding, fiat in this space, whether they know it or not, they need to know this.
Great. Thanks so much for coming here today, Peter. I do want to remind our viewers that if you're in Canada and you are filing a suspicious transaction report on any of the projects, be sure to hashtag Project Protect, Project Chameleon, Project Guardian, or Project Oregon in your Part G section narratives.
And as always, if you'd like to reach out for training or AML advisory services, you can reach out to us in the comments below or through our contact info.
If you've missed any of our previous episodes, feel free to look us up on YouTube by searching for AML Microlearning series. Thanks so much for coming out today, Peter, to join us.
Thank you.
I'm Dwayne King.
And I'm Jennifer Ford Smith. Thanks for watching.